labor and immigration has become suddenly an issue that farmers really never worried about for a lot of years.
Some farmers. For a long time, a lot of farmers could always rely on some level of automation, getting auto steer in the tractor, things like that.
Right.
But really, I mean, if you go back decades, labor's always been an issue in agriculture.
Well,
trying to find.
Well, I was a farm kid, and
Yeah.
I was labor, and my dad was labor too.
Yeah.
But the issues that are now a national issue, an international issue.
Becoming it's more than ever. Labor's always been an issue in agriculture, but now with some of the immigration things that we have going on, the crossings at the border are down, deportations are up. And so what that means then, we're going to have a tighter labor supply, legal or illegal, however you want to define it. When you have fewer people out there that are willing and able to do that kind of work, that's going to make it more complicated for businesses, especially farms, to find the right people who are willing and able to do that kind of work. There's an argument that we're going to just replace those workers with American workers. You've been in agriculture your whole life. I've been in ag my entire life. And when people leave the industry, they typically don't come back. And when a young farm kid goes to college, who's going to replace that farm kid in the tractor seat? So it becomes an issue of immigration now, or more automation. And I think in the future, it's going to be absolutely more pressure for farmers to innovate around those issues, whether it's innovating new technologies or implementing new technologies on the farm, or using the visa programs, H-2A specifically for agriculture, for seasonal labor. But even in agribusiness, it's an issue for a lot of our customers from CoBank. They're in agribusiness. They may not be able to use H-2A since they're running maybe, say, a crush plant or an ethanol plant all year long. That's not seasonal.
No.
So what program do you use? A lot of them are going to H-2B. So it's going to be an amalgamation, if you will, to use a big word out there, for using the visa programs and trying to find the right technologies to replace manual labor. And none of those are really cheap.
And the suggestion of putting people on Medicaid and taking them out to the field, I don't see that being a workable plan.
It's a nice idea. I don't see how it's going to work anyway, since there's a lot of people out there that could work, able-bodied people. But look at the workforce participation numbers, Stu, longer term. We're seeing more and more people dropping out of the workforce. And it's not because for lack of jobs, it's because they don't want these kind of jobs. They don't want to go slaughter cattle. They don't want to work out in the heat picking vegetables. They don't want to sit in a tractor for a career. They might be able to, but they don't want to. It's a lifestyle choice for a lot of Americans. And so when more Americans just don't want to do this kind of work, where are you going to find them? You're going to have to go to the immigration visas or the work visas for immigrant labor, or again, try to find more automation to extend the productivity of the workers you do have.
How much of a challenge will it be for Congress to address the issue?
How much of a challenge?
It's not going to.
Can anything really get done? Forget about immigration. Can anything be done really in Washington these days? I'm not a Washington insider by any means, but you and I read the same headlines, Stu. It's hard to get anything done in Washington, D.C., and I'm hopeful, we'll put it that way, that something could potentially be done with immigration, and I'll leave it at that. I don't have any insights of anything that could happen. Hopefully that the administration would recognize that agriculture has to have a reliable workforce in order for us to produce the food and the clothing that Americans need. We got to have people doing it, picking all that food and harvesting it and processing it and delivering it. It takes people. And when you remove the immigrant out of that supply chain, the supply chain breaks down. You got to have immigration.